What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down one route every single wide receiver should know how to run. So this is a great way to get separation against off-man zone coverage, but also a great way to get separation against press coverage. So I hope this video helps you guys out. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want to get some work in with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason, we have one more opportunity to do so. We are traveling out to Los Angeles, California on July 30th and 31st for our last two-day quarterback and wide receiver training camp of the year. So if you guys want some more information on that, we have about 5 spots left open for everybody. So check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have some of our YouTube community out. We appreciate all the support from all you guys coming out to our camps across the year. Let's get started with this video. So first route is going to be called, that we're going over today, is a comeback and go route. So this is a great double move to get DBs to bite on the comeback if you guys are a comeback heavy team and you're going to be able to get space like this. So we're looking at this route from Diggs, then we're going to look at a route from Odell against press. So when you guys are running a comeback and go, obviously it's just like any kind of double move, right? Like it's like a stutter go. Some people run a dig and go. Some people run it out and up. Honestly, it's like any other double move where you have to sell the first move. So when you got a DB who's in off coverage, right? If it's off man, if it's press man, where are his eyes supposed to be? His eyes are supposed to be on what? On your hips. So when you guys are running any kind of double move that involves you selling a route where you have to drop your hips, you have to do exactly that. You have to drop your hips into the break because that is what will draw the DB in and give him that alert. So when Diggs is running this route, he's getting up to the depth, and when he snaps down, you see how he's dropping his hips as if he is just going to be running a comeback. Now, like we said, on this comeback and go route, trying to sell a comeback, when you're running a comeback, you snap down and you were trying to get out on a 45-degree angle as quickly as possible. So when he snaps down on this, the hip drop is what alerts the DB, but what gets him to drive on the comeback is the second step after the pivot. So you see how he's starting to snap down, he's dropping those hips, he snaps on the inside foot. Now watch what his second step does. You see how his second step pivots, because when you guys pivot your second step on a break, what do you think that does to your hips? That allows your hips to pivot. And then what do you think your third step will naturally do? Third step hooks around, then you jab with the fourth step to the outside, but you see how his hips and his shoulders are starting to turn down that 45. That is what will draw that DB in and will allow him to think that the comeback route is coming and will get us some separation. So we have to make sure, fellas, we alert him with my hip drop. That draws him in, but I am selling the route solely with the pivot of my steps and getting my hips turned on this break. Now, does this break have to be in 4 steps? I don't think it has to automatically be in 4 steps, but it certainly makes the route a lot better if it is in 4 steps. So what do I mean by that? I mean that when you guys snap down, because again, this is probably a longer developing play for the QB. He's probably maybe doing play action, or maybe it's like max protection where like we have 1 receiver on each side. We have 2 tight ends and 1 running back. So we have 7 guys blocking for the QB. So he's got a little bit of time to make this play happen. A lot of people criticize these double moves, these creative routes, because they think that, oh, it takes too long, it's not going to work. There are different situations where this stuff applies. You're not going to run a comeback and go against cover 0 out of a 2-by-2 look where it's 4 receivers out wide, 1 running back, and they're bringing 7 guys. You're not going to do it. You're going to do it off of play action, max protection, something that develops and can take a little bit longer. So when we sell this route, it certainly helps to get out in 4 steps, though, because you're not wasting time. The QB ain't waiting for you. So your first step when you drop down is the inside step. So that would be the left foot in this case. Then you would pivot, then you'd hook, then you jab. It's 4 steps. Snap, pivot, hook, jab, and then when you jab, we can burst back upfield and create space. So let's play this thing again full speed, and then we'll take a look at this route from Odell and how you guys can run this route in press coverage. So make sure the hip drop, fellas, is what alerts a DB on any kind of double move. You're running a hitch and go, you're running a comeback and go, curl and go, or just a basic stop and go. You have to change levels with your hips. If you just chatter your feet, that will not get the DB to bite. All right, so now this clip from Odell, he's working this route against this press coverage DB. So same idea. It's the same type of concept. When you guys have a press coverage DB and he's man-to-man, where is he going to be watching when he's running downfield? Hips, or at least that's where he should be watching, right? So when you guys get up to your depth, same idea, same thing. It's the exact same route. When Odell drops into it, what does he drop on? Inside foot. What does his second step need to do? His second step needs to pivot. Third step hooks, fourth step jabs. And you see how his hips are turned, his shoulders. It looks like he's driving out of this comeback break. That is what will alert the DB. Fellas, those are the keys. You cannot just be that guy who chops your feet. You cannot just take all those chattery steps, beat the drum. That's not explosive, and that doesn't sell the route. When we give DBs time to recover, they will recover. Now, speaking of which, when I do get some separation on this DB and he knows he got beat, what do you think he's going to be trying to do? He's going to be doing everything possible to try to recover and make a play downfield. So on any kind of double move, fellas, when you're running like just a hitch and go, you're running an out and up, you're running a sluggo, after that first move, you need to keep your head down and go. From a quarterback perspective, when I'm throwing a double move, like let's say here, I'll try to draw it on the screen. Let's say the quarterback's here and then we got a receiver here. And he's running this hitch and go. This is at 5, and let's say he's bursting upfield. I'm giving a quick pump fake at 5, but I'm dropping this ball at like the 35, but I'm putting it with a ton of air. So as a receiver, I need to know that. The quarterback ain't going to throw it to you right after the first move, unless maybe it's on the goal line or you're in the red zone. That's a different story. But when you guys have field to work with, you got to keep your head down and you need to accelerate to not only catch up to the ball, but widen the distance from this DB. DB is one of the hardest positions to play on the field. They are guessing. They're guessing every single play, whether they like it or not. They are guessing, and they're playing backwards. So when you guys could get a little bit of separation from this guy, you better keep that separation. And that comes from keeping your head down. That comes from pumping your arms, driving, actually accelerating. So now when that ball is thrown, I'm at the spot I need to get to. I can actually catch up to it, and I'm able to maintain that space from the DB. DBs, you see it every single year coming out of the combine. They get faster and faster. They're running 4.3s, 4.4s. We got to bring something extra to the table to be able to get open. And that's when I get space. Let's keep that space. Let me play this thing again, full speed one more time. Great job from Odell, selling that route, dropping those hips, being able to pivot that step and get that DB to settle. And we could keep that head down and win over the top. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the feedback that you guys give to this channel. It helps keep this channel going, so we definitely appreciate it. And again, fellas, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate, leave those below. But also, fellas, if you'd like to train with us one last time this offseason, we are traveling out to Los Angeles, California, end of this month. So check out that very first link in the description below. We have about 5 spots left remaining. Hope you guys could check it out. I'll see you guys next time.